From Timiskaming-Cochrane.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to Minister of Finance. The area around Larder Lake has about 1,000 residents. The town has one gas station, one co-op grocery store, 2 restaurants, several tourist lodges and campgrounds, and until recently, it had one LCBO outlet. And in a Northern Ontario tourist town, an LCBO outlet is an anchor store. Due to circumstances beyond anyone's control, LCBO could no longer stay in their current location. But instead of moving locations, they got out of Dodge. They abandoned the town. They abandoned the residents. In our inquiries, in response to our inquiries, the president of LCBO stated, and I quote, "There are other areas that are underserviced where we can better allocate resources. While it is not as convenient, Larder Lake residents can purchase alcohol in Kirkland Lake, Englehart, or online."
Question.
Kirkland Lake is 27 kilometers, Englehart's 45, and there is no internet service half the places. Does the minister agree with the president of the LCBO that maximizing profits for the LCBO should be the only basis on deciding where to locate a store?
Minister of Finance.
Speaker, I appreciate the question. I also appreciate and applaud your advocacy and your letter that you sent to both the LCBO and myself, and recognizing the impact it has on your community, as well as other communities across the province that do not have an LCBO. I appreciate the fact that many do want the retail outlet to exist, recognizing the positive impact it has on a community. We also recognize that one of the reasons we came with online delivery is to facilitate those communities that don't have access to an LCBO. Some of them do take an agency store and other aspects to provide service and convenience to consumers. It's also one of the reasons we've expanded into grocery stores and other means by which to expand distribution across the province. But I appreciate your question. I know we are looking at ways to try to facilitate the community as they're impacted by this decision. Thank you.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Once again to the minister, according to the president of LCBO, rural Ontarians travelling 27 to 40 kilometres one way for services is reasonable. With this ratio in mind, many other outlets in my region are at risk. In fact, many outlets throughout rural Ontario are at risk under that ratio. And the province, through the LCBO, has a social responsibility to all Ontarians, including rural Ontarians. Will the minister work with me and actually restore that social responsibility to the town of Larder Lake and ensure that all rural Ontarians in the future also have the benefit of the social responsibility of the government through LCBO and aren't abandoned? Thank you.
Thank you. Minister of Finance.
And again, the member talks about social responsibility and taking the precautions necessary to support our communities and our citizens who are not only looking for alcohol but want to be doing it so in a socially responsible way by having someone like LCBO and their staff to provide that service. I know that Larder Lake, from my understanding, was closed as a result of safety issues, and I'm not sure the details as to why it was so, but I will continue to look into it, and I recognize, again, the impacts it has on any community that doesn't have access to an LCBO. They, of course, have access in other ways, and to some that means traveling more long distances based upon their location and the remoteness of their communities, but it is something that we are considering, we are looking at, and again, thank you for the question.
Thank you. New question, the member for Northumberland.